Prem se bolo Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai. Everybody, let we stand up now. Let we begin with prayers. Put your hands together. Om Sajam Cham Varti Sanyuktam Grahina Yojitam Mayam Deepam Grihana Devesham Trailokyatimirapaham Jai Jai Bhagwat Bhagwan ki hai aarati पापियों को पाप से है टारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से है टारती ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही जग की मंगल की पापियों को पाप से है टारती जय जय भागवत ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी ये मधुसूदन की आरती पापियों को पाप से है टारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती है टारती ये मधुर बोल जग पंड खोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही प्रभु की महिमा के आरती पापियों को पाप से है टारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से है टारती पापियों को पाप से है टारती Let's pray together everybody. Om Gajananam Bhutaganaadisevitam Kapeta Jumbo Palachara Bhakshritam Umasutam Sho Kavinashkarakam Namami Viganeshwara Padapankajam Sarvamangalamangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambike Gauri Narayani Namostute. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Everybody. Om Namah Shivaya. Last time. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namo Bhagavate. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vindravan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Everybody, please have your seat. Welcome everybody viewing online to our satsang this morning. We have a few things to discuss and we have a few things to explain. This morning throughout this yag, in my personal way, I'm testing some children and I'm teaching some children. So for example, everybody has prayers. We here in Gita, to start with, Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. People say, do prayers, say prayers. But nobody is teaching you how to pray. So the prayer comes from the person. What motivates you how to pray? Your grandfather, if I go to do prayers by Uncle 100, he go say, I learned from my father. Shriram, I ready for you this morning. If you're ready, I ready. But if you're ready for me, give me the strength to go. So a person is influenced by the example they get in this life. God bless me if I get a good example in this case of prayer. I might do a very good way. I might pray good. But if the example is poor, I might do the prayer, but I might do it poorly. For example, if somebody teach you, only pray when you need something. Only pray when you're motivated for the exam coming up, do Saraswati Puja, doing the prayer. But only doing it like a bartering. I will give you the apple if you give me the A. Then the person doesn't see the need. I remember somebody tell me, Baba, when we ain't have no exam, what we doing Saraswati prayers for? I can't get nothing, me and need nothing, what are doing the prayers for? A very rich man might say, well, what are doing Lakshmi prayers for? I don't have the money. If wealth is only money, then why am I doing that? There's no need for that God in my life, or more from that God in my life. If the person doesn't understand how God works, you're going to have a problem. If the person don't understand what it is they're doing, they could do it. But in Gita is saying, in fancy words, forget the fancy words, you're going to hear the best way you could do it, the middle way, or the worst way. And let me put that just in some different examples. I could give you food. It have prayers. Come auntie, let me go and eat food to the back. I could say, please sit, my dear lady, and eat some food. Nice, with grace, with manners. Then I could say, hey, you stupid woman, look at our food here. Insultive, hurtful food, nonetheless. If I'm hungry, I go eat it. What I go do upon it? You're embarrassing me now, but I eat it. Then, imagine I take the food and I throw it on the ground. Stink, stale, spoil food. For example, dirty food where I can't eat. Eat it. There's a dog, eat it. But I still arguably giving you food. How I giving you food is the thing we have to watch. The quality of what you're doing. Apply that to prayers, apply that to your studies, apply that to your life, apply that to your choices. Gita tell you, amongst other places, Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. But if the person, for example, if we use the prayers, well, Baba had a flag in my yard, I do him prayers, look, I have Parsad to share, look, I do Hanuman prayers, I have wrote. How you do the prayers it might, I'm not sure if you understand this part, how I do the prayer might affect the outcome of the prayer. If I'm just using examples now for everybody to work with me. If I jutta the parsad, I go and offer parsad and I eat the parsad first, I eat it, and then I come with my best big terrier, big old mountain of parsad, and I'm going to offer it. Jutta parsad would not give you the same output, blessing, as if I offer clean parsad. I could say I like to eat chicken, die the parsad for today prayers. Mix it in the parsad, put all kind of guts something in it, and I'm going to offer it. You will say, well, Pandit, how you going to do that, boy? That is what I want to offer. Would I get the same benefit as if I offer clean, approved, it marking Satnarayan Katha, get ripe fig? Let me say you get green fig. It ain't ripe, you can't eat it. You can't enjoy it. Put that. Will you get the same output? Will you get the same? No. But that, to understand that, then you have to say, how I offer my behavior, the food, or the parsad makes a difference. I'm accountable. I'm responsible. But people don't like responsibility. You're talking in the prayers, well, stop talking. Oh, she did talk to me first. Your phone ringing, take off the phone. He called me. It's always somebody else. It's just examples for children, eh? Don't feel like thing. It's for children to catch it, because we have to understand at the end of the day what it is going on. When trouble come, Baba belly big, eat plenty roti, get fat. Cholesterol come, chest pain happening. Pandit, why you do so for? And you say prayers every day. God let this happen to me. Pandit, why you getting chest pain for? My neighbor, he named 100, he do obia. And he do me that, you know, that man do me that. Somehow, I am never responsible. Something else, somebody else, the God, the religion, something fail, uncle, the God are working for me now. Today, it have a pundit, a man by the name of Maitreya. In our discourse, I'm entering book 3, chapter 5. Chapter 4 and 5. 4. Last night we do 5, but I'll go over it for everybody this morning. In it, Vidur is a very blessed man, very good man. But good people, instead of the belly full when it comes to God and understanding how God is work, these people, this feel I need more information. I want to hear more. I know about this and I know about that, but me I know about this one yet. Me I learn about, so it is, there is, look, how it is not a devotee, there is be hungry for more. How it is know somebody who is the opposite of a devotee, them know it. Them had the answer. Them know everything, the cup full, so that there is no space for growth. There is no space to improve. You know everything. So when you go to advise somebody like that, how are you going to advise them? How are you going to say to have a better way? How are you going to do that? Them don't reach. And for that reason, that attitude is caused the person to make bad choices. Let me explain some of that today. In we course of our discussion this morning, we're going and talk for some, and then we're going and play for some. And you go follow me. All you say that mantra a little softer. Nandi. Nandi. Say it softer, or let disrupting we know. Say it softer. When you are doing jap, you are supposed to whisper, not leave the mic for me. Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. 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 Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Yata sanjar griha idam niraha sansar Vishnu Narayan Jagato vidyato yatha punaha swedam idam nischayati Jaya Bhole Baba tab sharanam Jaya Bhole Baba tab sharanam Jai Bhole Baba tab sharanam Jai Bhole Baba tab sharanam Jai Samba Sada Shiva tab sharanam. The person asking the Guru, in order for me to understand, in order for me to grow, I have to understand God. And I get that. But I understand a little bit. I understand some. But some of it I don't understand. I feel like I am a little light. It has words for everything I say in here. I am a little light, and that God is a big light. And I don't understand all that bigness. I don't understand what he represents. I don't understand how he does work. I don't understand how that big light does work in my life. In order to understand that, tell me a little about him. Help me to understand how he form, how he does make the universe, how he does begin, how he does maintain it, how he does recycle it or mash it up. Tell me where he does sleep. Tell me what he like, what he does enjoy. Help me to understand the man. And maybe if I get it, I go understand what I have to do, how he does talk. I might understand. Imagine if somebody, for the JAG, when I was doing the invitation this year, I try a Spanish invite. So I sit down with a Venezuelan auntie, and I say it in English on behalf of the Monday. We having a JAG, you come, and blah, 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 all and she say in the Spanish. We record it and we send it out. Other people now understood we having a JAG, a different language. In that example, is it that he speaks in a way, listen to what I say here, does he speak in a way that I, using me now, Keshava, maybe you, don't understand? Because it have plenty things this God doing and I don't get. I explained all of this for you just now. Where we going? Just hear what he's saying. I hear that he takes form. In this person's case, he grew up knowing Krishna. He rubs shoulders with Krishna. He see the Leela. Me and you just only hear story. He said, I live it, I see the battle, and I understand that he'll come, and he'll go, and he'll come again. Ram, come as Krishna, Buddha, everything. What does do that for? Tell me his character, tell me his name, tell me his power, what it good for, so that I could understand the person, because I know him, but I really ain't know him. Part of my downfall is, I don't know his mantra, I don't know his purpose, I don't know the play, I don't get it. And I live to see people like Duryodhana and other characters from Bhagavad did not know who he was. They did not identify the power that live inside this person and say, this is God. When Sati Mata does not see Ram as God, it caused she to die. It caused trouble. When Garud does not see Vishnu inside of Ram's chest, he has to go to training college now. Kakbashun put him bird, telling bird about the devotion for God. So where that comes symbolic, the mother Sati Devi asked, Parvati asked Shiva in Uttarakhand Ramayana, how come Shiva, you could have teach Garud, you could have answer him as he come to you. Why is Ram so powerful? You could have tell him, he said, no. If I tell him I am the great Shiva's cobra around my neck, I'm strange, he will be intimidated and out of fear he will listen. But when the bird sit down and talk the bird language, the bird go understand it. Blessed is a person when they could understand in their own way the works of God. Then the person, according to Ramayana, then the person will digest the lesson and put it into practice. So I let him go and learn from a bird. This morning, let we try to understand, and we sinful, sinner talking to sinner. Let me see where we could learn. Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Tina Socha Yishocha Tam Navidha nishchaye hari katha katha ve mukya din shainyati dhive dhive yesha. You should understand, Guruji, you should understand that I don't even know how to enjoy Vishnu Katha. This child's sleepy, he fed up, what he distracted. People is coming prayers, dress the part and never enjoy it. I find no delight in any version of the story of Ram, of Hari, Vishnu. Whether he come as Ram, Krishna, Buddha, I have no interest. It does not pique my interest. Nothing is worthy of my time. Nothing is worthy of the pity, the compassion. Nothing inspires it. As Kali Yuga is coming, less and less good things attract this mind. We just see it with children. You just call it attention span in the school. Sesame Street was the beginning of the end of people's attention span. When people could sit down and watch a whole Indian movie, 3 hours long. Ooh, we could sit down and enjoy that and follow the story. The star boy born, he grow, he big, he get girlfriend, he dead, fight, beat, drink, dance around the fig tree, and you're going, you never fall asleep. You were able to stay for the story. Then Sesame Street come, Grover talking for 5 minutes and then switch. 5 minutes, switch. 5 minutes, switch. It damaged children. Because now you get accustomed to this short clip. Focus only for this little time, switch. So then it started to change in the school that the child cannot do a whole day of maths. You have to cut the day into small segments because they're getting flustered, frustrated. As time is passing, technology getting bigger and better. Now we reach TikTok. 5 seconds, switch. 5 seconds, switch. If you tell them, sit down and watch a satsang shorter than a 3 hours Indian movie. Oh God, we bored. Oh God, we fed up. If you tell a little child today, go and watch the Indian movie of yesterday, they can't do it. They are incapable. The brain lacks the ability to stay focused. The intellect, I fed up. I have the ability to see, it's not the eye. Think what I say. I don't want it. Certain things I want. Certain things I do not want. What is making the change? In Hinduism, let me call it Kali Yuga. As time is passing, subtle changes are happening. The person attracted to good or bad. The person is attracted to things that allow the brain to expand. Imagine in our time, Google, AI, all this information, it is so easy to pull up anything on your phone. But the children are pulling up that. It doesn't seem that the person is growing in their dharma, they're growing away from the dharma. The typical child is looking for pornography, they're looking for some kind of different entertainment to hold the gaze and hold the intellect. But the things like the Murti, why watching that for? So now the book had to boil down like Baji, come into a cartoon form. Krishna can't use bow and arrow, they have to get gun now and make it attractive. So what the author of the cartoon is do? He is putting things and make up things, embellishment to make it attractive. The God is not enough for the person in Kali. So now when the children see things that in the cartoon, but I see it in the cartoon, Kali Yuga, the person ain't not a religion. What is real, what was really done, what is in the Ramayana, and what is not. So anybody in this age of confusion could go on the mic, put on a kurta, look like a Baba, and say, right, Hanuman Baba was a homosexual. Think what I say. I'm going forward with that example. But then you got to take it. I believe that. It's some juicy gossip, I accept that. I will believe that. But say, Hanuman Baba, we practice the Hanuman Chalisa. Auntie, Amma, that long, you know. When children in Datta go to learn the how you call it, the Bhagwat Gita, the chapter and memorize it, you will hear people say, well, how you could do that? That's so long. The Chalisa longer than a typical chapter in Bhagwat Gita. It's easier to sing the Gita than to sing a Hanuman Chalisa. But the perception is, Oh, that hard, that is so much at work. So it seems as if in this age of Kali Yuga, we intellect, we likes, like in the example of the Indian movie compared to the short TikTok. I sure if I go by Uncle 100 and I pull up a video and for 5 seconds alone that man go talk. That is all. Think about me as a pundit. If I do a satsang, a whole satsang, let me just assume I come, you gain my seed, you pay me, you invest, you decorate, you do everything. And I come home by you and I read for 5 minutes. A whole 5 minutes. Sing, all talk stupidness, talk out of time in things. But I read from the book. The book says Ram went up the hill, Ram come down the hill, satsang done. Somebody at the generation of Uncle 100 will say, boy, you robbed me. Boy, you're right. You're wrong. You shouldn't do that. Don't do people that. What you're doing. But young children like them, perhaps that was very entertaining. Them go like that. You know how much of them praying right now for me to close so they could get food? Different thing attract people. But what make the difference? He says, when people cannot appreciate him, and he is the person working like the oil or the gas in the car. Without that gas, without that oil, the best car will not work. Not everybody has the ability, however, to see the physical car and know that is something inside that car being powered or making it work. Relate to we the extraordinary power that this Devta, his energies, his incarnation in the form of creation, preservation and destruction of this universe does affect me, that it is give me. I want to understand how God, the big form, the great God, how that does interfere with me, because maybe I don't see it, I don't get it. Vidur, a person is able to have that vision, the drishti, only when they have experience. Let me use cooking as an example. If I never boil rice, I don't know how to boil rice when it's time to take it off, and I don't have experience, I go take off the stove, the water still hot, and the rice go overboil, it go overheat. When you make the mistake once, and after that you have an idea when to cut off the stove, when to strain the stove, how to approach the problem. He says, in the first place, when everything was coming together, when there was nothingness, all the different elements went to pray. It was utter confusion. Different forces, are using the word forces, different things that make up the sound. The first thing that when God was creating was the sound. What was the sound? Om. Where does Om come from? When the different atom bursts in the creative, from nothing comes something. He says these things, these forces, beg Lord Vishnu, please give us direction how to form different things. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki jai. Let's hear what happens in this verse. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Yada Dvija Hara Kaletam Yathavya Chanda Yatrayati Yena Bhavaye Himalok Bali Hinanaye Madhyate Yatam Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita. In this part, in order to understand this, we have to jump forward and then come back. Let me explain. This is going to talk about how molecules, for all my science children, particles come together to create something. In science and in Hinduism, we talk about molecules and particles sticking to one another to make solid, liquid, and gas forms. The different forms that we're going to say creation will take. He starts off at the formation of the different photons, the different protons, the different parts that make up everything. But for a person to understand it, understand the praise of those entities on our own, imagine everything going chaotic. How you just call chemistry teacher? How you just call when the particles roam in, when you spray perfume in the corner there and it come here? How? Diffusion, but it Bromian motion. One example, right? How does when I spray the perfume in that corner, it spread? He explained that in our Bhagwat, that the particles are moving haphazard, crazy. There's no order. Nobody is knowing what the other person is doing, and we want to put order. So when you talk about Lord Vishnu as the preserver, he is the person who is going to bring equilibrium, balance. So the same thing that going like this. Let me just say in the example in the lab, imagine we light a cigarette or you light that how and smoke. And if you watch the smoke, the scientist is taught how the smoke move, it have a motion. Something pushing the smoke to go left, go right. Imagine we throw alcohol in the river. And it is in Hinduism we describe that alcohol moving like a snake on the water. You can't see it, but the particle is pushing left, right, left, right. People just go to labs to study that, how to do it. But in many of the labs, when you go and you hear in Europe, the place where it is do the particle study, CERN lab, is Lord Shiva dancing the Nataraj dance, where they split the atom open of all the divinity, of all the form, who they refer to is Shiva, how to break the atom. When they make the first nuclear atomic bomb, Oppenheimer says, I have now become, the first thing he get through, he do an experiment and the bomb blow and he see what it could kill and destroy. He says, I now become Shiva, the Hindu god of destruction. Because in the colliding atoms, I am destroying. The bomb blow there, but the breeze licks up tree, burn, nothing had touched nothing but it dead. And it brings reference to the Hindu form of destruction at the atomic level. So the child in the school learning about science, what Gita tell you? In Kali Yuga, the person will believe in science. The person will believe in the mechanism, the genetics. When they do the genome, they will learn things in school and they will say there's no space for God. There's no God in this. That is science. Man and woman come together, they reproduce, you get a child. Where's God in that? So when the child now is going to school, you are indoctrinating, you are pushing in the head a science that has no space for God. So then you will hear questions, what is the proof of the soul? What is the proof of God? And then you have to go deeper into your studies, and then we're going to talk about behavioral science. We will deal with that just now. The particle, I just say in the word particle, is asking God, you need, this is not creation. Creation is when boom, om, and you hear that first, that is creation. From that now come different things, the moon, the sun, the this, the that. It take different, the energy of God take different form in a nutshell. This chapter is dealing with how we just talk about preserving. If the particles start to move too fast, the atomic bomb will constantly happen. You will see it in the sun. When you look at the sun, on the surface of the sun, you will see the explosion. In Hindu book, the son of Krsna, Samba says, you are the surface. Before they could see the sun, we only now seeing the sun in our time now. In our text, the Muni is writing, Samba says you are the place where all the explosions happen, where the particle, because of the natural energy, is colliding. And that reaction, when you hear nuclear reactor, is happening. It is so violent, nobody cannot go close to the sun. If we get into Surya studies and we learn about what the Hindu is talking about, Aruna, the charioteer in that Murti. If the sun is hot for you and I today, if we have global warming today, think about the sheer distance, the amount of energy. And the person says in his story that the sun was so hot, Sandhya did not want to stay close to him. She leave him, the wife of the Surya, because of the amount of heat permeating from his body. The particles that are involved in the sun, the particles that are involved in different things of creation are asking Lord Vishnu, please, you have to rein we in, you have to calm we down, you have to, trying to explain it in a way for children to understand, you have to control this entire thing. Otherwise, as we make it, it will destroy itself. It will go crazy. There will be no order. You are the universal form, and you are the person that will control all the tattva or the element of this creation. There are many words. There are many words to describe the different 23 parts or forces that make up the creation. One word, buddhi, means the intellect, the force that lives inside each person. We can deal with it. The thing that is tell you what to do, how to do. Let me just say the child in the classroom or the exam, how to solve this again, how to cook this again, how to drive this car again, and something is working. That is the intellect. That is one of the forces that God maintains you by guiding you. We're going to it just now. When all of them went and begged Mahavishnu to take this form, Mahavishnu, according to Maitreya, is creating his body. Remember, we said in our first discourse that the entire universe sits inside of the person. Sunday coming, when we close in with Jaga and we're going to do Gita part, the person lifting the Gita book, I don't know Gita book on, the Gita book to say chapter 1 is your head, chapter 2 and 3 is your shoulder, chapter 4 and 5 is the arm, the bicep, and so you go for 18 chapters until you form the body of Krishna. But how that relate to me? Listen. Verse 11, chapter 6, or Slok 11, chapter 6, for those of you watching in different time zone, bear with me, I know you're up late. When his mouth was created in the Vishnu form, when he lied on Narayan, he lied on the snake, he is now going to take form. Remember what Brahma said. You see, when we take this story, and I'm showing it in this way, Brahma didn't know how to create. He was lost. He was here alone, sitting on a flower so, and he begged God. He think he sit down and do tapasya for 1,000 years. And when he opened his eyes, somebody was lying down on Krishna. When that going to form, his mouth formed first. Again sat on the tongue, and the energy that went to form the mouth we just watch and bow and pay, well, thy God mouth. We hear that the lip had some powers. In different day, the energy of speech was created. The energy of Agni, when you're doing prayers, God, this child is talking, this child delayed to talk, this child cannot talk. Go and offer to the 3 type of Agni in the fire. Offer different type of oil Hindu. Offer different type of grain. And the karma is 1, 2, 3, the child will start to talk. For example, the person from this moment, the creation, was given the ability to create sound because of the machine of God's mouth. From that moment, a dog could bark, a bird could chirp, a human could talk. Then the second thing inside the mouth, the palate was formed. Varun Devata went there, and with the formation of the palate, different cells in the tongue. So the front of my tongue could taste, where this taste here? Pepper. When you go to eat, check out your tongue. Different part of your tongue have different ability. You taste sugar somewhere in the back, subject to correction, and old now I can't remember. When your tongue springing water, your body, what is happening? When you're feeling like you're feeling to eat and your mouth saliva coming in, what happening? But then you get a disease, a sickness the other day called COVID, and all of a sudden me have no taste in my mouth again. You could lose it. He says, when Varun Devta entered into the palate of Lord Vishnu, the person was able from then creation, the dog, he just start to get excited when you're knocking the bowl, time to feed him, to eat, to entice, to force the entity, think about any life, not only human, to encourage them to eat. The bear is hibernating in cold country. When the seasonings change and something start to click, the place getting cold, go and start to eat. Start to eat. Feed. When the baby cry, the mother milk in the human, they start to flow. Different things is trigger. And the child want, the baby want, the bear want, the dog want what? Some food or nourishment to fill my belly. But when somebody ain't know they're hungry and their body they suffer, but me have no appetite upon it. I had to take a medicine tablet to force myself to eat now. So you could lose your appetite. You could lose the taste in your mouth. But the taste was created by these cells coming together, and he's the person who allows you from the day you're born, God bless you, to the day you die. Taste the pepper. Too much of pepper in your food, control it. Too much of salt, I can't eat this. Too much of sugar. Think of how that tongue will serve you in the taste side. It could protect you. When you drink the tea and it's hot, before you skull all this, you're going to burn your tongue. He says all the digestive juices are triggered by the tongue. When you're eating food and nutrition, where do you break up starch? Starch, the rice, the flour. You start to digest that when you're mixing it with the saliva. If a person, for example, according to Hinduism, like to harm animal, hurt the dog, ill treat, you know, it has some children who throw gas on the dog and light it up. You like to do that in your next life. One of the things that plague your body, you will have poor salivary glands. So now you cannot digest the starch properly. You cannot eat properly. Your mouth always dry. You will have problems. Your body have a malfunction now. It's not working properly. And that is what causing that difference between somebody who have normal spit and somebody who has none. He says, listen, Vidur. Then the nostrils of Lord Vishnu was formed. The two Ashwin, the two devatas of healing went into it. And the power of smell. When you hear somebody doing, watch Pandit and then when they're doing, next year we're going to do it. When you are doing different type of vrat, I don't know if you know what nyas is. Nyas is when you're taking the different hand gestures, if you're watching me, and you go see the person, they just hear like the name for the index finger is Tarjanim. Take the finger and call on the Devta in the eye. Om Vaka Vaka, Prana Prana, and you're touching the divinity in the body. If you understand that before you offer the Hawan, the correct way is to activate that divinity here. When you hear people talk about Kundalini energy with the snake, the Devi is the snake on your spine, and she wants to climb up your spine. Where the snake going? Here, in the Buddhi, where the male, where the Vishnu living. When people say your Kundalini chakra opening, you're going, well, where are you opening for? You going somewhere? You're going, Devi want to meet Vishnu in your head. The female want to meet male. In all of this, when the person activate their body, the divinity is able to shine a little better, a little more. You hear about it. When we say in Hanuman Chalisa, how the verses go, Ashta Siddhi now Nidhi Ke Data, the 8 Siddhi to make your body big, to test, to make somebody small, Anima, Ganima, Lagima, etc. How do you get it? Is the activation of the God in your body. Let me go again. So now when the nostril was created, the person could smell. The person, let me say, how you ever go on and play with a kitten. Shrishti have a whole set of kitten by she has. And the kitten is such a funny thing. If you go and touch the kitten and play with the kitten and play with the kitten, the owner, the mother doesn't want to touch that. The mother does not want you to touch that. They will watch you. Think now of a more aggressive animal. When the mother is grooming, how she does bathe children? By licking them. And what she licking, she taking off your scent. How does a baby know the mother? That is put, she now make the child, blood still on she legs, mucus on the body. They wipe the child, clear them out, and the nurse will put the child on the mother for the child to bond, to recognize, to smell the mother, know that scent. What you just do as a mother, and you just smell your child head, what are you doing that for? Scent is used as a recognition of young. Scent is used, I know how my house this smell, I know how my wife this smell, I know how food this smell, and it is used to find comfort. If it wasn't so, think what I'm saying, where it is put things to smell good in your clothes for? Why it is mop your house, and when you smell Clorox, this place clean, boy. Different things is trigger what? Your brain. And now, when you smell certain, and it is like candle with scent, the aromatherapy to calm down. If I go San Fernando General Hospital now, and I smelling all the sewage or the blood, the scent of the hospital. Look, last night, just as an example, they're bringing them chair to do the blood drive. It's sitting there. These children spend the night in the ashram. But now the scent of the hospital, when they use the iodine in the blood and the little scent they pick up, they couldn't sleep there. Pundit me and like, we okay rest. We come here to sleep, for example. Anybody who go and spend the night in that place, I have feeling like I could sleep here now, boy. How does God affect you in that example? In that example, the scent, the machine is affecting your brain, and you realize it. Who gave you the ability to smell? But could you lose this? Let me use an example. You ever gone to shop for perfume? You smell one, you smell the next one, they spraying you up. After a while, you can't smell it. You know. The gland here, just get frustrated, flustered. I'm using words for children to understand. How you just reset it. God make coffee. If you ever go in a perfume store and you see coffee, grind coffee, smell the coffee, the same cell is reset so you can smell again. The person could do it again. And the person realize now, if I take clove and I make perfume with clove, I get calm. If I use rose oil, the same perfume it is used in the prayers, it have a reason for it, and I rub it on my skin and it sleep different. That come from a Ayurveda. But when they manufacture it now and they spin it and they sell it for an expensive bottle, well, oh, now it's good. But your book have it. Then the eyes of Vishnu were formed. They were created, and the presiding devata of the eyes of Vishnu is Surya. With this formation, the energy, the particles that was going crazy all over the universe now gave vision, physical sight for animals. There are some animals, fish-wise, that live in the depths of the ocean. In terms of evolution-wise, when they were living in the dark water, there's nothing to see, so they see by sensing heat. But you physically cannot see nothing. But the eye developed, as we talk about evolution, this growth or the ability to see far. Now, in Kali Yuga, one of the things that is predestined, people will start to get less vision. Go and ask anybody. Look, yesterday we had a 99-year-old fella here. He still don't wear glasses. Now, 5-year-old have to wear glasses. Now, more people get cataract, more people get glaucoma, more people have eyesight problem, naturally born in that way. The geneticist is saying that everybody with glasses coming together to make children, and they are born in now with weakened eyesight. So it is propagating, it is getting worse. But according to our text, this part of our time, the person is just how the soul blind. The person spiritually, they have no sense. They don't know what is right, what is wrong. You're blind mentally. You don't know what is good for you. You don't know what is not good for you. You cannot see an enemy smiling with you, like in our discourse last night. Duryodhan does not see that my mamu is leading me wrong. My family carrying me down a wrong road. So you take the leadership and you get yourself in trouble. Get mashed up. In Kali Yuga, just as how you was blind, born blind too. The skin of Lord Vishnu is then created. In the skin, the Akash, when somebody say the air is formed. And the presiding devata gives the person the ability to touch, to receive sensation. And in this example of sensation, think what I say. If I touch Uncle Vishnu, if I take your hand and I touch you so, no reaction. Upon it, yeah, you call me, you touch me, trying to transmit a message. But if in the Indian movie, when Sri Devi touched Mithun, and the paws start to raise, and all of a sudden a different reaction. What does bring about that reaction? The sensation or the difference. You ever hear I get a heavy feeling? Oh, look at talking to you about my prayers and look my paws raising. But it's your paws, you tell the paws raise. Think what's in, are you in control of the paws? After the skin was created, the next thing that formed along the body of Vishnu in the skin, puncture marks or pores, and in it the person now was able to sense or feel at a different level. There's a difference. Some people could have a feeling of the energy of a place. Some people could appreciate the touch of a loved one. Some people not. They are immune. They have no feelings. They have no sensitivity. They are numb. They have no compassion. They have at different levels. Feelings was created. He says, go further. The ears of that form where he's lying down on the snake, as it is coming together, the presiding devata of hearing is formed, and sound, where you are receiving sound, was created. Obviously, with this is where now God could come to the person. One of the ways God could come to the person is through the sound wave, the energy. If somebody says Shakti, for those of us that believe in the Shakti movement, the idea that the goddess is the center, the pinnacle of that devotion. What is the correlation? You see it in the Baptist religion, the Baptist Dharma as well. How is it when I knock the drum, you start to move? Why is it when I knock the drum? Think about it very analytical. What is really happening? If I chuck my finger inside a wall socket, I understand electrical is running. But when I knock the drum, why are you jumping? What's wrong with you? You have a mental problem? Are you catching like a form of schizophrenia? Are you epileptic? Are you sick? Why are you moving? When the person is able to ascertain different energy, one way, sensitivity to the energy of God is sound energy. So we use drums, like for example, they go in, when Sunday come, they go in and carry back the mud. You will see they put the tassa in front to ward, to push. Durga Mata, when they do the prayers for the drum and they put the 5 element there, when we knock the drum, your energy must push. Where's the 5? The same 5 you just put on the bamboo. Ganesh, Durga, Shiva, Vishnu, Surya. Sit down here. And when we hit this drum, big drum, small drum, push away negative. So when negative go, and it's obvious, positive go remain. Everything else remain. What stand up there now is things that you and I supposed to enjoy. So in the prayers, part of your relationship with God, where we are accustomed with watch them, the board, is the drumming, the dantal, the organ, the sound energy, that playing, that coming into your ears. And when I hear the music, but if you do it correct, for example, I could knock the drum, I could play the music, I could sing the song, but I using it in a different way. Like when I start and I say you could do it Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. I could sing the song by insulting you. I could sing the song with a disrespectful attitude, but I'm still singing the song. I'm singing it with a don't care way. Then he created the private part of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu now, in his private area, Prajapati is created. The power of regeneration, reproduction, the whole science of male and female coming together. In all our texts, it proves that using Lord Shiva and Durga Mata had to come together. In the lingam, we talk about why the lingam is shaped that way. The male and the female stand together. Natural propagation of life requires male and female. That is just an inherent truth. In different ways, the different problems we might have, mental, erectile dysfunction, hormonal imbalance. Let's say the girl cannot make the egg. Think now, if God is God and I having a hormonal problem, how do I fix it? What could I do about it? God make me so. If I have to live with that problem, does it mean then we're praying for? But the Hindu book says when you have that problem, I use in hormonal imbalance, there's a prayer. For in this example, Prajapati is the form. Go to him and ask for resolution. Ask what outer sync to come into sync. It have a we. That we agree. When the girl want to get pregnant, praise. When she pregnant, praise. When the baby done born, praise. So at different points in a person, you are calling on these same devatas. When somebody say, okay, why are you doing Surya Puja? Well, I have a little cataract surgery coming up. So I had his face east in my prayers because the sun coming up in east. And when he penetrate my body, all the trouble is going to burn away. Trouble, sickness, my mother had it, my father have it. I afraid I get it. You in charge of this. Make sure it work properly, please. That is why I do my Surya prayers. That is why I think it relevant. Going again, the excretory organ of Lord Vishnu. This Payo, Mitra, a different form, he goes to live there. And this is where the waste is formed. In any system, if there is not a cycling of the different carbon atom, watch how it is work. You eat the sandwich, your body digests it, you pass it out, still carbon, it go into the earth as fertilizer, come back in the fig tree, and the cycle continues. So the child go to school, they learn about carbon cycle, water cycle. Your book tell you there's a devta in charge of the machine that running the cycle. So the day you go to the gastroenterologist, the day you do the colonoscopy, and there's something, simple language, there's something wrong with the machine, the Hindu says, besides the tablet, besides the surgery, besides all the intervention you will try, dear God, you who sit in the intestine, please make it work. Because there are many people will go to a doctor. If I take the COVID vaccine, if I take this medicine, does it mean I am cured from COVID? No. We are sure how it will work. If you do this surgery, are you sure I will be healed from this problem? I will recuperate? Is that 20% chance? Is that 50-50 chance? The Hindu don't like the odds. So the Hindu just get down to the devta. Please, you in charge of this, bring back balance where it is out of balance. The hands of Lord Vishnu was then created. Indra sat there. And when the person could take the hand and do good, bad activity, that was formed. The legs was formed. A form of Lord Vishnu took that. And when a person walk, the foot becomes correlated to burning karma. If I take my hand and I do so, that don't mean I go in and burn karma. But if the person walk to the yag, the multi passing on the road, I go and walk behind it. When you see people walking in a holy procession, that walking has a benefit. It burns karma. It is as if you're doing prayers, but you're not praying. Then, and this is number 12, and it goes up to 23, I tell you, right? 23 different type of element. 12 says, understanding the intellect, buddhi, was now created. A person has the brain, but not because they have the brain, the machine, means they understand things properly. Let's say that again. A person could have a brain, but it doesn't mean the person will understand something properly. Let me just say a 5-year-old. A 5-year-old faced with a certain situation. What to do here, how to do here, what to do, I don't know what to do. What will happen next if I choose wrong? What will be the consequence? I don't know. When they describe Kali Yuga, the buddhi or the ability to get a machine to guide you, this doesn't work. So people make poor choices. This is why when somebody says, it seems, last night I explained how when they say Mother Earth was overburdened with bad people. Think what I say, how she could become overburdened? If you're barefoot and the electrical energy that's running on your body, when you bow to the murti or you bow to the fire, you're taking the positive energy and you're saying, sit down on the machine, help the machine, this body, oh God, we now hear how the ears and the eye and the tongue, the nose, this work. Purify the machine, but the negative energy had to go to the earth. When it go to the earth and everybody doing that, it accumulates. When you have a place like a press, it's a very heavy place. People get it wrong. That's a blessed place. You're mad. Everybody come in here with bad. Everybody come in here with the trouble and they want to leave the trouble here. So when you see the Devata stand up by the door, when you see the flags on the road, protect this place, purify this place, the pundit burning fire to burn, to get rid of this heaviness that have to remain here. In order for the work to be good, for the prayers to work, a person who don't understand prayers going to say, well, if we see 2,000 people, like if you go Guyana, you're going to see 2,000 people in the prayers, that means that prayers was, it worked, the objective was met, it's successful. 2,000 people come and they learn nothing. No change. They could come and get food, but they never get change, they never get learning. Then what did you just do? You fool yourself on it. You mama guy yourself, you talk to 2,000 people, but you help one man. You help one lady understand the self. People say Kali Yuga. People say dark age. Now holding up on 12, understanding the buddhi says this is where Brahma sits in the person's body. And he gives the person, when Lord Vishnu's buddhi was created, Lord Vishnu regulates life with that inside intellect, not the outside stimulus. Follow me. I don't know this day I go burn me. If I put my finger, I'll get it. The lesson, don't do that again. If I say somebody see, you know, in all these videos they say on TikTok, people betting you, you're going to eat 10 whole pepper, I'll get $100. When you know what 10 pepper go do you're going to say, right, I like the $100. Let me do it. After you eat 2, you're going to learn, don't ever do that again. You're being stupid. You're being crazy. Don't do yourself that. I dare you run on this banister here and see if you can fly. People will tell you, I bet you, try it, try it. I show you could swim in the deep water. Until you burn to learn. But the intellect is something that is guiding you. It's trying to preserve you. Put yourself with me now. I see stupidity. I am stupid. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't put your hand there, you'll get damaged. Don't go and walk on that banister. You're going to fall. You're going to bust your tail. You're going to bust your head. You're going to dead. Don't do it. Don't take the risk. God, in the preserving power, think what I'm saying. We on we own little stupids. We just do crazy things. We just forget to lock the door. I know I'm guilty at that. I will be ready to go on my bed and she will come behind me. Hey, look, all the door open. What are you doing? Look, you take last night, I supposed to take my tablet. I just take one to sleep when we're doing jog. I didn't take night tablet. I watch tablet. I see tablet. I take morning tablet. All my vitamin now, thing with to keep me up and awake. I taking it 11 o'clock in the night. So she go, what, are you really crazy, boy? One day you go kill yourself. You go do the wrong thing. Leave me alone, I could do the wrong thing. The natural order of the universe is chaos. The book is telling you everything was just moving helter-skelter. The scientists supposed to understand that chaos. Vishnu, the preserver, is the person that trying from that entropy, the chaos, to bring some stability so that life could maintain. The problem in understanding Kali Yuga and understanding what you are fighting it for, you don't understand yourself and how God is work. That is what this discourse is. That is what this section of Bhagavad is trying to show you. Because if God is creating the understanding, then God guiding him. But Baba, I never see the man with the snake come down that mountain, reach in my house and say, hello, don't do this, do that. When parents try to tell a child, come, you need to pray. Why praying for, mommy? Think about what I say. When in Gita I say, it is good to follow, but it is better to have the knowledge of why you're doing what you're doing. What are you doing it for me? You know, my pundit tell me to put the red powder, so I put. What are you doing the prayers for me? You know, my mother hit me too good slap. What are you fasting for? My mother said, well, she died, she cooking, I eat that, corialu, I eating that. Me, you know. So imagine you're going now for the man who create the taste in your tongue, the man who create the nostril, all the things that working in here to guide you, give you the stimulation. In my example, the skin have a feelings on it, and I'm going to damage myself. Instead of you get the damage and then learn the lesson, something says before you do that, think again, try again. Remember the last time, memory, for example, the big fuss at Saraswati. Remember the other day you chuck your hand in that fire and don't do it again. Let me think about, for example, everybody like to drink liquor nowadays. I greedy. I go on the line with Rishi and I drink 10 rum and coke. I want to test out every type of vodka in the place. I'm young and I'm stupid. I drink, I mix drink, I doing everything under the sun. I eating food, it have food, I see this, that man, and I eating. I'm greedy, me I know my limit. Nothing is telling me, hold on. You want to do it, do it. When I start to vomit and I start to get sick the next day, where's the lesson? Partner, the next time you go to do it, hold up at 4 and that's your limit. That way you reach, hold. Take your time and drink. You're bound to eat all the food when you drink. Don't wait until you damage yourself. People don't listen to that. They're going up with psoriasis and liver, kidney problem. Now they have a different issue. But where do you start with? Maybe something telling you, Uncle Vishnu, something to talk to you. All right, this morning we want Arvind, peoples. Let me get ready. We want to illustrate, build on it. If my job as Vyas is to help you understand your text, that is where this little play come in for. For you to understand how it is work. But me, I want you to understand me, you know. I want you to understand how it is work with us. This morning, this man here in the red shirt, this 100, Uncle 100 for me, this is his grandson. And again, a little tic-tac. Why? The dog gone and mess in the yard. Nothing bad, he's a good boy. That's my right hand in this temple. That right hand of mine, in all fairness, is a Christian child. He goes to church. But when I tell you, me I trust nobody with my food the way I trust he. Truthful. If I have anything upstairs, I will say, Arvin, go and take it out. Come, let me eat. I love that. So this morning, me and he sit down and I asking him, what does really talk to you? Never think about that pundit. Hold on, let me think. Let me do some analysis. What does tell you how to do something? If life is about choices, something present yourself. Let me use an example he give me this idea. He said when the policeman talking to you and you're driving without the seatbelt, 2 choices could happen. Work with me. I could say, you know, I apologize, I'm sorry, I really should not do that, I realize I'm wrong. Own it, take the ticket too. Cool yourself. Or, your mother, go from me all of this stupid police, wicked. When you get the ticket, because you're getting the ticket, that book, you're going and get charged, you're going and get arrested, you might get 2 little cloud for your mouth, and you end up in the jail, you're going down a different side of consequence. But where it start off with, which one you're going and choose? Which way you're going? The choice is yours. It had somebody stand up there, you know. In my head, it is study here. Boy, I talk to myself here and I tell that policeman, thank you, officer. I talk to myself. You just talk to yourself? Think what I'm saying. If me I know what to do, what you're telling yourself where you don't know what to do? If 2 people don't know what they're doing, how are you going to find the right thing to do? Follow me. This is Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is when you know the truth. All right, so I's Uncle Hundra, the parent. This is my grandson. This is dog mess. The dog, where the dog there? We had a dog? The dog gone. All right, so the dog mess.
Way boy. Dog and them harden. Chat messages dog and them. That my new slippers, them dog and them gonna bite up now. What I gotta do?
What to do?
I gotta take the woman's
Imagine I's God now, remember he talking to himself. What is the next step? How to handle this problem?
What I gotta do again? I gotta clean it up.
How to clean it up?
Take a broom and scoop and see what I can do here.
All right, go get the broom, go get the scoop. It's hard to explain and play in the play at the same time, but follow me. Went for the broom, went for the scoop. Remember what we talk about? You have to figure out how to do what you're doing yet. How to hold the broom. How to do what you have to do. Try it this way. Try it that way. Watch how your brain will guide you. Lean it here, angle it. Try with the thing. Because if you put your two hands, Arvin Boga, if you put your two hands on the broom, we didn't have the thing to lean up, boy. What would the shuffle go do? If I leg weight and you go fall, don't do that. Pick it up, Arvin. Deal with your problem. Arvin, we're going to do with that now. What we going to do, boy? Talk in your mic, boy. Yeah, your mic. Could you get up and help me?
I don't throw it away.
Where you go throw it?
When
But you go wash out the floor after?
you're there, dog gonna make a mess here. I don't wash
All right.
that.
All right, move off with your thing. Come on, let me go quick. I'm running. When he done clean the mess, something guide him how to do it. Do everything he had to do. He did it correct. I, the grandfather, come now. That two pieces of paper still remain on the floor here. I'm fed up with this boy and his stupid dog. And I tell you, don't bring no dog here. How much time I tell you about this dog? You don't listen, man. What is the choice for he? Figure it out. Tell me what he could do. Step one, I could cuss him, beat him. I could take the same shovel and cross him, you stupid man. Voodoo. That one way. The middle way, I could strip off now. I could stop right where I did and head back out the road. Me able with you. I'm not handling you. I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm not going to hit you. But me are going to listen to you either. So in all fairness, I did not curse you. I did not react. Another way, all right, now, boy, let me go. Give me my, put on that, we don't know that. Talk it out, come soon. Why all the dog, and I tell you, chain the dog.
Yeah, I forget, I honestly forget.
How much time you go forget? How much time I go talk to you? Mama guy.
Should not leave that outside. I'll try next time.
Imagine the person try, oh God, you quarrel with me every day, boy. And this is my grandfather, and denies your grandson, boy. The same scenario. But in everything that he going through, life have a way of bombarding you and hitting you, testing you. The police coming to hit you, your mother, your spouse, your children, every day. That's what you say last night, you know. You're looking for happiness. He was peaceful. He did get up this morning normal. The dog do his stupidness. Now his grandfather come to upset him. You're looking for happiness is what the verse says. You're going for the happiness, but along the way is only misery, misery, misery. You're only losing your peace of mind. So then where is this life really about? Are you really happy? Are you really saying, God, I reach, I attain, I make it, I get through, boy? You just go and pass here, get a certificate, the mama guy here for one day, you get through, don't worry, the school work starting tomorrow, you have to go and do A levels now. If you want to make it, if you want to reach, you have to get a job. When you get a job, you ain't have no experience, friend. You have to go through probation, you have to make a year. Oh, you now make a year, you now start. When you make 33 years, then you somebody, you get a little Dutch now they have for you. When you go, you're dead when you make 23 years. You live to see the end. What happiness you gonna have? You have aspirations. You ever hear somebody say that? When I give up, when I resign, I go free. When these children married and they go, I go be free. I go be happy. I'll get through. Partner, they're married and they're living away from you and they're still biting you. So then where this life is? But somebody there here in your head, don't get vexed with your grandfather. Don't beat him today, right? Don't beat him today. When you watch it, when you get upset, when the child, don't pick up the book. Something telling you could choose, pick up your book and revise, or don't pick up your book. If you don't listen, you're going to fail in the exam. You're going to burn. Your life could be at a stop, at a standstill. You was living it. Have fancy words in Gita to say tamsik again. Laziness, lethargy. Explain it. You want it to be like that, so now you're going and burn because of it. If you listen to the voice that is whispering, is not you talking to yourself. If you get vexed with me, they just so, right? And you talking to yourself. You ever hear a child grumble after they get too belterish? If you not hate that man, boy. If you not hate you, that man is always be beating me, boy. That man good. One that will beat you back. See you when you're getting your little wheelchair and your old age, you're dark. And revenge, vengeance, etc. guide you now to go down that road. Kaliyug, that's why your murder rate so high. That is why elder abuse is so high. People have patience. You know yesterday that 99-year-old pundit come here. Still remember, I watching from here. And I shocked because I know to myself, if me I had a book, look how long I do in praise. That's arti is the shortest arti. Jai Jai Bhagwat, for example. And if I had a book, she will tell me you're singing the wrong words, you know. Yeah, remember the words, you know. You're going down the wrong road. This man is 99 years old, sit down right here, Rich. And he's singing bhajan like if he's seen the book here. So I am amazed to see somebody have that type of retention. You know it had people sitting here, young, let me say the young, let me blame him. He didn't have patience with that man. He get fed up with the man. In this day and age, the little tendencies to have patience, to have compassion, to have positive then. Patience with your old boy quarreling with you. Patience with the dog. You know what people that go and kick up that dog? For example, where the dog mess there for? Kill the dog. When you start like that as a child, where you going to end up as an adult? One day you kick and kill the wife. Then you're vexed. What you do that for? What make you so? When people talk about Kaliyug, what you feel they talking about? Somebody black? Somebody coming in a dark and scary ghostly form? You become so numb to this voice that telling you, all right, if we reach to the junction, if you take left, you'll go Princestown. If you go right, you're going Devilwood Yard. Take the left. That way you want to go on the right road. But you are listening to him, you going down the wrong direction. Then you're vexed how I reach here. You pick up your book, but you're vexed I fail the exam. You get up and you beat your grandfather this morning. But you're vexed when one day your grandson will cut your tail. Because the Hindu believe how you do is so you're going to get. So when you see we reach by the baby with Pandit Adish, and you hear somebody say, offer the sweet rice, how you give sweet, you will get sweet. It has some correlation to the life we live in. Because when bad things start to happen to you, and God make it, auntie, why? Why am I living to suffer? Why am I living with sickness, family trouble, hardship? And everybody have Lakshmi, the God I is pretty. Watch that picture right there. She raining gold. Why everybody do her gold? How come some people have a home, some people don't have a home? But the variation in your choices, but we gonna say is karma, causing different reaction results in some people's life. Some people appreciate the gifts they have, some people squander it. This fella feel he's strong like mighty Mo. You'll never say, dear God, thank you for the strength, the muscles I have. One day when you can't make it up the step like Pundit, then you will say, wait, remember the days when I could have walk? Remember the days when I could have drive the car? When I was man, I could have eat 10 pepper. Now I can't watch it. My stomach bag hurting. Principle of Vindravan, the Harilala Ki Jai. So in we little talk, we nearly done. Think about when they say the Vishnu Baba lying down on the Sheshnag is the preserver. When in the example with this child, and it preserving you from becoming the gutter, the worst person, the worst version, because life is choices, karma is awarded based on the choices you make. This is how he preserves the person. Don't go down that road. Come back, come back, come back, come back. When you hear in fancy language people talk about Sat Chit Anand, the chit, the voice in your head, we call him Lord Shiva. In this case, we call him Lord Vishnu. He is the person, if that voice is activated. When you hear people, look Lord Shiva, they close the eye, doing tapasya. What is tapasya? By definition, you are trying to communicate with the voice better. In my video for in the invitation, auntie, I trying to communicate with the Veni and them better. So I did a Spanish video. So now me want to talk, I just use an example, Hindi God, Hindi voice in my head. I'm going to try to hone my communication skills. Let me start to pay attention and listen what this man's saying. But if you don't groom yourself and garner the energy to understand him, he talking par, and I will never listen a day. You say that? You ever hear somebody tell their mother that? You say that? You talk? I didn't hear when you talk about that. I don't recall that. I didn't pay attention. How much time you gonna expect children? I talking to you, Vera talking to you, Vera talking to you, and here take me on you. Children go do it, but we as big people is do the same thing in life. God gave you a sign and you never pay attention to it. In the next session, we will continue with this. But as you understand Lord Vishnu, is it really a man lie down on a snake waiting for you? Could it have more? Is there more? And if you understand why we look, yes, we have a murti, we have a pity, but when you really watch it, if you think God is God and God is there in the murti, but how does God guide me in my life? Nobody will come and tell me nothing. What we're talking about is how God is communicate with we, where we reach, we stop in here. They don't want to strain nobody. And you have to identify or see it. Otherwise, you'll never pay attention to it. Principle of Indravan Biharila Laki Jai. As we have, they started already. So we have this morning the team from SWRHA behind that wall for privacy reason. We didn't put it in the open. But when somebody, and I'm saying this for everybody to understand, could you flip this camera? Cameraman, could you flip the camera? When somebody sees me, when we're doing hamper drive, book drive, clothes drive, now blood drive, when we're there on the beach and you see we taking out pit here, understand what I am doing. My motive is not most of the time, I am doing nothing in most of the pictures. What I am highlighting for stupid children like them, these what we're doing. Come do it with me. Come help me. You could do it. You could do it. Remember yesterday Pundit say Bhagwat was nearly dead in Trinidad. People used to run from work. They want to have Bhagwat. We started to do Bhagwat. All of a sudden everybody, when they hear we start, all the Pundit and them in the area started to read Bhagwat. Everybody get motivation now. They want to do it. Watch your online, your social media, and you'll see everybody advertising. When we finish, Bhagwat starting in different places. In the same way, temple was just doing prayers. Now the temple coming like a little community center. For example, you see movie night for free. Send your children. We had cricket club. We had different things. Why the cricket good? It teaches you to work as a team. You have to learn to talk, have manners, work as a group, and play, sweat. You won't get a big belly like mine. God bless. Play, be good, be happy, nice. No problem. Do it in your temple. Now, when you see people doing hamper drive and you're teaching children, you could do more. Today we take it one step further. We are the second temple in the whole southern district, as per their information, that do a blood drive. That maybe I don't have money, but I could help in another way. I could help people, and you start to get that discipline in. We guiding them going forward. Too often, the elder in the hospital, the grandfather in the hospital, and you tell young people like them, come, we are going to give Papa blood. That man is to cost me for the dog. Me are going to give him none. He dead. Who dead, dead. You never train them to give or to help. They go in one morning and just wake up and let me do it. It don't work so. If you don't put in that discipline or that practice, the child, when they are faced with this decision, how to do charity, what to do. I never do that. Me know about that. Why are you doing it for? There's no correlation between that and my God being happy with me. This is why Seva is so important. It is a training for the person. This is what we're doing. So this will continue all day today. They've made booking so that there's no lineup. Sometimes when you go, you line up for hours. And it could be frustrating because they can't eat as they would normally like to eat. So now you book 10 o'clock, it had 1, 2, 3 people, then 12 o'clock, 1, 2, 3 people, and so we go. Because of the booking, we have space here and the buses in front. So the bus holding some people because they had the equipment, how to do, what to do, and to make sure everybody's safe, you had to get them time when they're done in case they feel giddy, that they catch themselves. If we don't explain it for you, you'll never know. And you'll hear people say, well, I never give blood, me I know nothing about that, me I doing that, I'm afraid something happened. And because of ignorance, they never do it before. Well, me I want to ever do it either. Until you, as I tell earlier, in the Trinidad blood bank, you have such a scarcity. If you had, today's Wednesday, Monday morning, we had one person had to go and do a stent. Normal surgery, easy breezy stent, they know how to do it. Pundit, you go say a prayer, that's how I get involved. Let me go and get through. God say the prayers. When they go on in, the person need 2 stents. The heart is so congested. So the doctor sent a message, family, all you get a next 4 bag of blood. We need that blood now. You can't get the blood. If there are no blood, there are nobody are prepared to get the blood. So the nurse them tell the family, and it is quite common, take what I'm telling you, pay this person, pay that person, pay the other person, and you'll get the blood. But when 1 bag of blood is $1,200, $1,500, poor people will die. Blood is supposed to be for free. If you don't see the need to donate in this example to make a difference in somebody's life, but the day your family get in an accident, God forbid, somebody gets shot, innocent people is end up in trouble, and you are waiting for the mercy of God. God had to go inside somebody else's head now and say, go and help them people, donate, where you never do. Where you never make the time to help other people. Go and tell them people, come on their own fruition and come and donate. So my grandfather must be able to live. My husband, my child must live. Where you put out there, Hinduism say what you put there, that will come back to you. Where you want for yourself, help. Always help, and you will see the help coming back to you. Prem Sabolo Vindravan Bihari Lala Ki Jai. So everybody please clap for my Arvin, my little brave boy. Everybody, let me stand as we do closing arti. For those of you that have been viewing an easy breezy little play, but I hope it shows the lesson inherent. Join with me when we're doing the second session. We'll be starting shortly. At 12 o'clock, we continue with our reading and understanding of Lord Vishnu. Thank you, everybody, for following along. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam grahina yojitam mayam Deepam grihana devesham Trailokyatimidaapaham. जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है टारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है टारती। ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला ये अमर चमवेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला। हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही, हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही, जग की मंगल के आरती, पापियों को पाप से है टारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है टारती। ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला है। सुख करनी है दुख हरनी है, सुख करनी ये मधुसूदन की आरती, जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है टारती। ये मधुर बोल जग पंद कोल सन मार्ग दिखाने, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। ये मधुर बोल जग पंद कोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला हो। श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, प्रभु की महिमा के आरती, पापियों को पाप से है टारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है टारती। We're going on sing. And what we learned in our yagna so far, when Indra Dev gets punished, when Krishna lifts Govardhan hill, we know the story, we read it already. When he lift it and Indra come close to him and he's sorry now, he humble, he realize he make a mistake and he going and get punishment. Krishna say from today nobody will do your puja. But inside the heart of Indra, realizing how God is a forgiving God, God is a merciful God. My mother could beat me, my mother could reward me, but I still my mother. Indra says, dear Lord, from today people will call you Govinda. Govind, the person who does give the devotee what he need and not necessarily what he want. You will feed them, but you will feed them like a parent. I'll give you the karaili, healthy, not necessarily the sugar you want. Govinda bolo Hari Gopala bolo, Govinda bolo Hari Gopala bolo, Govinda bolo Hari Gopala bolo, Govinda bolo, Hari Gopal bolo, Govinda bolo, Gopal bolo, Radha Damana Hari, Radha Damana Hari, Shri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari, Hey Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Hey Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari, Shri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari, Shri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari. Dear Lord, as we conclude this session of our Bhagavad, as we are engaging in different goodly activity, people are bowing to the flame, people are eating the prasad, people are drinking when they wash your foot. Prabhu, the Charan Amrit, the Shaligram is being washed on this Pradosh day. We put the yag in this time because of the Shravan, because of the different things that are happening in the calendar. Today is the monthly Shivratri and the Shravan is finishing, Prabhu, tomorrow. As that moon is changing, lift your hand, Prabhu, and bless everybody who come here, everybody who view me online, people that could understand your work, how your secrets work, when you are standing with me, when you are guiding me, when you are talking to me. Prabhu, give me the intellect to listen, give me the intellect to interpret, help me to understand what is right and what is wrong, and when I get confused, clear the vision, wipe the windscreen so I can see the road ahead very clear. Help me not to lose sight of the goal and allow me to do the right thing. If I do not see the road, I will crash, I will get myself in trouble, and when I start to see trouble, God, I will blame you, but it's I who making the choice. Prabhu, I is my own enemy. Gita say you are your own enemy. You are your own friend. God, as I understanding how you work and how you walk with me every day, Prabhu, help me to be a better person. Help me to understand myself, and in doing that, understand you and your work. God, change have to come, and it is really say change begin with me. But if I don't get discipline, if I don't learn, how I go change? I go feel I right, I go feel everything I doing correct, and I will never improve. Dear God, see it fit to help this sinner, this lower than the line on the road. Help me to do better and be better. Anytime I could do something good, give me the strength to do it. Together, everybody, as we conclude this section. Tvameva mata chapita tvameva. Tvameva bandhu chasaka, Tvameva vidya, Tvameva sarvam, Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Together everybody, Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Together everybody, Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadeva ki, Pavanaputra Hanuman ki, Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki, Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki Jai. Jai Jai Sitaram. Sitaram everybody.